Uncomfortable, I feel like in the medical field means it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt like balls. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. Sorry about that. Today I want to talk about something that that sounds like something bad happened. Today I want to talk about an experience that I had that's actually been on my mind for a really long time, and I finally got to do it. I got Botox for TMJ. I posted about this on Instagram and people had a ton of questions, and I felt like I found my TMJ fam that knows what it's like to be in so much pain all the time, and it's so frustrating. Essentially, I finally just was like, you know what? I am going to bite the bullet and try Botox for this. A couple years ago, one of my coworkers had horrible migraines, and she finally found a little bit of relief and treatment with Botox, and she was getting Botox in her head, scalp area, and she said that it had actually made a huge difference. And then another one of my coworkers was like, oh, you do Botox for that? I've heard you can do Botox for TMJ. So then I was like, oh my God. Yes. Growing up, I always clenched my jaw really hard. I woke up with so much soreness in my jaw and in my face. I'd even be a little bit swollen in the morning, and it's just from all, you really are working out those muscles, and they can sometimes get bigger over time. And I was really getting sick of it. It was starting to take a toll on me. And sometimes TMJ can worsen with stress, with anxiety. And I think with just COVID, my dad's passing, the overall stress of my wedding and having to change the date really was kind of putting all of this stress into one place. I'd even gotten to the point where when I go to the dentist, okay, this is gonna like revert to something sexual probably in people's minds, but when I would go to the dentist, I couldn't even keep my mouth open for a really long time during the whole cleaning and procedures because my jaw was so sore and they had to put a special guard in. So I have gone through so many different routes of like getting CVS version mouth guards, getting like $800 mouth guards, but at the end of the day, they were protecting my teeth, but they weren't really protecting my jaw muscles and that overuse and pain I was having. So I decided to do a little bit of research on how Botox is used for purposes other than cosmetic purposes. I hate needles. I'm just gonna put that out there right now. I was like, you know what? If this is gonna provide relief, just bring it on. I've sat in my hole in my room because I haven't been able to go outside a lot and enjoy the sunshine and live my best life because of this stupid virus. So I had a lot of time on my hands to research. This can actually be really beneficial for your masseter muscles here. I researched a bunch of different places in Seattle, and I found a oral and facial surgeon place. When I went in for the consultation, the doctor was able to feel around and see if I was a good candidate. He was asking me to clench down. He was feeling in my jaw to feel those muscles, and I actually ended up being a great candidate. They had time that day to go ahead and give me a few injections. Now, I was very nervous, and I asked the nurse, I said, you know, what am I supposed to expect here? What's going on? Her exact words were, it's gonna be a little more uncomfortable than a typical Botox injection. Uncomfortable, I feel like in the medical field means it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt like balls. I've never gotten Botox before, so I didn't really know how it was gonna feel in the first place. The positive here, which I'm gonna say right now, if you have the option to do it, do it. I was such a weenie that I got nitrous oxide for this procedure. It was free of charge at this place. I was feeling good. I was in there with the nurse. The doctor came in. He told me to clench down, and I clenched down my jaw, and he drew 3 little injection dots on my face and on each side of my jaw. Posey, I am in the middle of filming here. Do you want to say hi? You want to say hi to everyone? and he like brought in a little tray with the Botox, and I was like, please don't let me see these needles. What he did, they had a little like massager they would put on one side of my face, and he did just a couple injections in those 3 little dots that he drew on me. He kind of went in like 1, 2, and then I could feel him going around in different angles. But because I was high, I felt great. They put just little ice packs on me, and I was able to go home. And the whole procedure took about 15 minutes. And I was instructed to just not work out for 24 hours, just in case, and you're not supposed to lay back. It's weird because when I tried to clench down, usually these will move and will kind of pop out a little bit, and I'm like, this is so nice, I can't do it. And one of the questions that I got was, does insurance cover it? How much does it cost? Because we're America, not everything is covered by insurance, and not everybody has insurance. Some insurers see this as a cosmetic procedure, when in reality it's not. But because it has the benefit of slimming your face, people can say you're doing this for cosmetic purposes. I have what's called an HSA account, so I was able to use that money on this procedure. But you can also get it done through your dentist, and I've heard that a lot of dental insurances cover this. The cost part is that Botox can range anywhere between $8 to $16 a unit. So when they look at your jaw, they have to measure how many units you'll need. So I needed about 25 on each side, I believe. That was $14 a unit. You're probably thinking, oh my God, that's really expensive. It ended up being $700, but let me just take a breath. I know that's a lot of money. It was $700, however, I was able to put it on my HSA account, and a lot of insurances cover it. With that being said, my mouth guard was $800. That really didn't solve the problem, and I was stuck with this mouth guard. The second thing here is that, yes, it was $700. The effects last up to 6 months, and typically, if you're a younger patient like me, young, you only need to do 1 to 2 rounds. Your problem can be essentially over, because it can train those muscles to stop working. It sounds a little scary because you're like, oh my God, can I chew? Can I actually clench down? Yes. I woke up the next morning, I was sore, but it was soreness from the injections, which is totally normal. I got a little bit of bruising. I have super sensitive skin. And then in the next few days, it was like a freaking miracle. I wake up and I am not swollen. I don't have any soreness. Jack even said he notices a significant difference just in my amount of complaining. I am so happy and satisfied and relieved to just not be in pain and not feel soreness all the time. I have noticed just on the cosmetic end that my face has slimmed a little bit, and you can see a little more jaw structure here. I have a pretty soft chin. I'm never gonna be a model. I have a very soft chin. I would say I highly recommend this. Make sure that you research who you're going to, make sure they have a reputable practice and you know what they specialize in, just so that you don't get in a situation like botched here where they're putting like cement in your face. So let's wrap up with the pros and cons. Cons are, it's expensive. Not every insurance covers it. There are payment plans you can do. Again, your price will range based on how many units you need and the price of units. Pro is that it absolutely worked for me. Now that could also be a con where you spend $700 on something and it really doesn't make a difference. And sometimes there has to be trial and error, which really sucks. But I think that comes down to having the right doctor, the right surgeon who can really tell you if you're a great candidate or if you need to explore other options. The other pro is that it's super fast. The con is that it's Botox. I mean, Botox, I guess, is technically a poison that goes in your system. I guess the pro is that you can have instant relief. Basically 2 days later, I woke up and just lived my best life. I hope this really shed light on what it's like. I was having a hard time trying to find people's experiences, and so I kind of wanted to share my own here because it is kind of a weird thing to have. If you have any more questions, ask me down below. I will try to go through the comments. Posey. I will try to go through the comments, give as many answers as I can. And if you do have any other questions, you can always ask me on Instagram as well. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, wear a mask, and I'll see you next time. Bye.